I'm excited. I have been keeping my eyeballs on this recipe. This video blew up, okay? I did a vegan protein bar ranking video where I ate so many vegan protein bars, you don't even want to know what it feels like to eat that many protein bars. And I was left a little underwhelmed. Still pretty sweet in my mind. I don't always know what's in there. So the idea of making my own protein bars out of chickpeas, no less, an easy to find ingredient that we love. Now he did one out of chickpeas and he did another one out of black beans, and I'm kind of tempted to try both of them. Gather up your garbanzos. Let's give this a try. I was at Whole Foods the other day and I saw these. I didn't know garbanzo beans looked like this. Since when? I feel like my whole world was flipped upside down. I should ask Mark, he probably would know. Let's assemble our ingredients. For the chickpea ones, 1 can chickpeas, 1 cup old-fashioned rolled oats, 4 scoops protein powder. I will be using this. I have to double check which one he used. I'll look into that. A pinch of salt, a pinch of brown cane sugar, 1/4 cup allulose. What is allulose? Oh, allulose is a specific kind of sugar, a naturally occurring rare sugar that tastes and feels similar to table sugar, but with significantly fewer calories and no impact on blood sugar levels. Okay, I don't have that. I need to go buy that. So let's start with the black bean ones. This one has a more chocolatey flavor profile going on. So we're gonna take our black beans and we're gonna drain them, but hold it. Stop right there. You're gonna save the aquafaba. What's aquafaba? Aquafaba is the water in cans of beans, or when you soak beans, that's what you call it, aquafaba. It can do some cool stuff. I hardly ever use it, but maybe I'll make a video where I look into a bunch of different ways to use it, because I don't feel good about myself for just draining it when it could be so useful. I just don't feel like eating meringue all the time. That's not true. I don't feel like making meringue all the time. The black beans aquafaba is like murky. It's kind of getting swamped, and we're gonna use a 1/2 cup. We're gonna take a cup of old-fashioned oats and we're gonna add them to the food processor, pulse those up, not until they reach a flour state, but until they're just a bit more broken down into smaller pieces. Then we're gonna add in the black beans and some dates, about 1/2 cup of dates. Dates are a nice natural sweetener. They also will help to bind this together, I'm sure, because they are sticky. So pulse that together till it comes together nicely. Doesn't need to be perfectly smooth. Then we're gonna add in our protein powder. It's a chocolate flavor base to begin with because he uses cacao in it. I'm using this. I realized Mark uses the same one, so that's cool. 2 scoops of this is 30 grams of protein, and we're using 4 scoops, so that's 60 grams of protein just from this alone. Then I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of 100% powdered cacao. Then we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, for sweetness obviously, and for liquid, I'm sure. I started pulsing this and then I started blending it fully together, and it was looking so dry. I don't know if that's exactly how it was supposed to be. It looked pretty much like the one that he had. I took my bread pan and I lined it with parchment paper and I put the dough in there. And then I said, I don't think I can do this. I don't think it's gonna be good if I do it like this. So I put it all back in the food processor and I added about 1/3 cup of water. Hopefully it's okay. I think I may have gone too far. Unfortunately. Kind of looks like brownie batter instead of dough. If the texture's funky on this one, it's my fault. I said it. Hopefully it's fine. I'm gonna lean into saying it's fine and hope it's fine. I also added some chocolate chips, vegan chocolate chips on top of it, because why not? And also because Mark did, and I want to be just like Mark, so. Next, we're gonna make our chickpea loaf. Before we put that in the oven, we may as well do them at the same time. Am I right? You know the dealio. You're gonna take your can of chickpeas and we're gonna go over to the sink and I'm gonna crank it open. I'm gonna strain that, but save the aquafaba from that. It also came out to about 1/2 cup. This aquafaba smells much worse than the black bean aquafaba, just saying. Then we're gonna head back to our food processor, which I already meticulously cleaned out. And we are going to do the same thing and pulse up our old-fashioned oats until they're broken down into smaller pieces. This is a good time, by the way, to mention you should preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 180 degrees Celsius. See, I got this memorized at this point. Then to our food processor, we're gonna add chickpeas, the allulose, protein powder, specifically this vanilla protein powder, 24 grams per scoop. 3 times 24 is 72. Hell yeah. And to think I used to cheat on my trigonometry homework. Then we're gonna add peanut butter powder. We're gonna use a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. I go to Sprouts and I use their like house-made peanut butter. Crunchy and unsalted, just the way I like it. Then we're gonna add in our aquafaba, and you know the dealio, we're gonna pulse that up. Once again, I did the same thing. I did not follow my instincts. Even though I thought it looked really dry, I still lined a bread pan with parchment paper, and then I put all the dough in there just to decide it was too dry, and so then I put it all back into the food processor. I added a third cup of water into the chickpea mixture, and let me tell you, it carried it a lot better than the black beans one. So I think it's better fit for this. This dough is dense, honey. It's giving Play-Doh. And I had decided to add chocolate chips to this one too, because why not? Peanut butter and chocolate is a delicious combination, so there. Then he said to just sprinkle both of these with a little bit of salt and some brown cane sugar, and then we're gonna let them bake for 20 minutes. You know, on the days when I find myself making my own vegan protein bars from scratch, I can't help but stop and think, look at me go. There's so many things I wish I would make from scratch, like bread, but I never do. But that's okay because we have Wild Grain, the sponsor of today's video. Wild Grain is the first fresh from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. Wild Grain partners with small bakers and pasta makers across the nation to keep the tradition of artisanal and nutritional foods alive. And now they have a fully plant-based box. I was very pleased with this month's box. I got 2 beautiful fresh loaves of bread, some fresh pasta, some blueberry biscuits, some cookies, some waffles. Wild Grain has saved my buns on several occasions, like when I'm hosting or if I'm going to a friend's party or a birthday and I don't know what to contribute. I can't tell you how many times I've brought Wild Grain cookies, croissants, biscuits. And the best part, they think I made them. Wild Grain donates 2 meals to the Greater Boston Food Bank with every order. Honestly, I cannot recommend Wild Grain enough. I genuinely love all of their products. I eat them all the time. You gotta try it. Go to www.wildgrain.com/Merle and use my code Merle for $30 off your first box. Plus, you'll get free plant-based croissants in every box for life. Thank you so much, Wild Grain. I love your work. Now back to the video. It smells like chocolate. Let's see how they look. Okay, well, the time has come. I just went full Kris Jenner on these and took about 1,000 photos of them because they came out really beautiful. I'm excited about how they look. I'm eager to taste them. Mark did a full breakdown on the macros for this. 218 calories each, 14 grams of protein, 1.5 grams of fat, and 32 grams of carbohydrates. And that's for 8 of these brownies. Here's the thing, I would want slightly more protein for something as dense as this that's gonna fill me up this much. It's still super, super healthy, don't get me wrong. I have a feeling these are gonna be the best while they're warm, so look at that. And it feels soft, it's not like dry feeling. Let's give it a try. Wow, it tastes like a brownie. Wow, it does stick to the roof of your mouth a little bit. Look at that, not a dry spot within it. The chocolate chips are a nice touch. This is really good. I need to stop myself from finishing it because that's like a meal replacer. Damn, it's like chocolatey, it's kind of fudgy, it's not too sweet, it's not overly sweet. It's got a really nice chew to it. The only thing, obviously, like I said, is the texture. Like, it's just a little bit gummy, like it sticks to the roof of your mouth. But like, honestly, I think what I would do, have one of these, heat them up for 30 seconds, eat it with a banana. That'll add even more moisture, because I'm assuming it'll get drier the longer you have them. Like, this is probably the best they're gonna taste. If you reheat it, it's like a baked good again. Hell, have it for dessert. Plop some vegan ice cream on top, some vanilla ice cream, yum. I like that better than pretty much every vegan protein bar I tried. I honestly think you probably, instead of the water, could add a little silken tofu in there possibly to add that moisture and also a little extra protein, you know, or you could add more protein powder and more liquid if you wanted to. So there's ways around it. I think if I was someone who didn't like beans, like if I didn't eat black beans, then this would be perfect. It's still delicious. I'm just saying I would find a way, and I will find a way to up the protein even more, but it's still a super healthy snack. Like, just to have this as a treat on a hike is like a dessert, but it's all good stuff and you know what's in it. It's delectable. Let's try the chickpea one. 225 calories, 18.5 grams of protein. It might even be a little bit more with the protein powder that I used. It's 8 grams of fat and 17 grams of carbohydrates. She's a brick house. These are dense. He said it himself. This is like a mini loaf of bread. Oh man, it's a journey just finishing the bite. Dense. This one's more dry than the other one. I wonder, instead of adding water, I would probably add a little more peanut butter. I know that would up the calories, but like, I don't really care. I honestly might mash a banana or two in there just to add a little more sweetness. I probably could have added more allulose. He used allulose liquid. I couldn't find that anywhere. And I did read that allulose liquid is more concentrated. I just want it to be more peanut buttery, I think. Like, if it was more peanut buttery, then I'd be really happy. Because this is like a perfect pre-workout snack, either of these. I expected to like this one better. I actually like the other one better. Might be because I put a ton of chocolate chips on it, but I like the texture of the other one a little bit more. This one is more dense and more dry, which I think could be so easily fixed. Like, that one I like the taste and texture of more. This one I like the macros of more. Classic. More peanut butter, maybe a little more water, and I think it would be whipped up into shape. And it would have more protein. This could almost be savory. Like, if I hadn't added the chocolate, this could kind of just be a savory thing. I'm gonna make them again because I really like them, both of them. I'm gonna add silken tofu instead of water to the black bean one. And I think I'm gonna try to add a little more peanut butter and maybe some mashed banana to the chickpea one. Granted, how blessed am I to have 2 recipes handed to me on a silver platter to be like, I would do this and I would do that. I wouldn't even be here. I'm really blown away by the black bean. I gotta say, this is like a freaking fudge brownie. This is really good. Thank you, Mark. If you guys don't follow Mark somehow, if you don't subscribe to Mark, go do that right now. I will have his channel and his original video in the description. Thank you, Mark, so much for everything you do, both with chickpeas and in general. If you guys had fun, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see next. And with that, I will bid you all adieu.